Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 23 of betting $100 a day every day for a year. Winning night last night. Big bounce back from Sunday. 3-1 for a profit of $62.57. We won on Duke to cover against Louisville. That was sweat-free. Arizona came down to the wire, but they did cover for us against BYU. And Zach Hyman, shout out, scored the first goal of the night for the Oilers. Another relatively sweat-free bet. The only loser was the Flyers, who were shut out by the Islanders. Apparently, goaltending did really matter in that game after all. So another unbelievable performance from Ilya Sorokin. At this point, go ahead and give him the Vezina Trophy. All right, let's move on to today's picks. I have two bets for tonight's Australian Open action, and then one bet in college basketball, one bet in the NHL. So let's get into it. My biggest bet of the night is $40 on Amanda Anisimova minus 123 to win her quarterfinal match against Jessica Pegula. If you remember, I bet on Amanda Anisimova last week, and it's for a lot of the same reasons. I think this is still a great time to invest in Anisimova, who made it to two straight Grand Slam finals to close out her 2025 season. And then not only that, she then went on to win the China Open, and she had an impressive WTA finals as well, where she made it, I believe, is all the way to the final. But on the way, she beat Madison Keys, Iga Swiatek. I think it's time to put Anisimova amongst the top four, if not four, top five elite women's tennis players in the world. She has faced Jessica Pegula, I think, 3 times in their career, and Jessica has won all 3 times, but the most recent time was back in 2024, and Anisimova did force a third set, and that was before she has taken this significant step forward in her improvement and development as a tennis player. So I think she's going to be in a great spot to win tonight and return to a semifinal for a third straight Grand Slam. I will continue to believe in Amanda Anisimova. $40 on her, minus 123 against Jessica Pegula. And then we got some men's quarterfinal action. This one I think is set to take place at 3 a.m. Eastern. So we're going to have to just go to sleep and hope we wake up to this one being a winner. It is Ben Shelton against Jannik Sinner. And I will take both players to win at least one set at plus 115. Now, originally what my bet was going to be was for Ben Shelton to win just one set. But that was even money at just about every single sports book. So I'm going to take a slight risk. And instead of that, take both players to win at least one set. I'm willing to take a little bit more of a risk that hopefully Ben Shelton doesn't beat Jannik Sinner in straight sets. That would be heartbreaking and, in my opinion, extremely unlikely. So I'll take the slightly bigger risk to get better odds. I'll take that at plus 115 at Caesars. Few people have taken on Jannik Sinner as often as Ben Shelton has. 9 times over the past handful of years they have faced off, and I think that experience is invaluable. In fact, if you actually look at the Grand Slam history between these two, Shelton usually wins a set. He won actually a set against Jannik Sinner in last year's semifinal at the Australian Open. He won a set against him in the quarterfinal at Wimbledon. He took Sinner to a tiebreak in their 2-set match in the ATP finals as well. So I think he knows Jannik Sinner. I think he knows enough and has enough experience against him to win at least one set. I'm not going to sit here and claim that he's going to win the entire match. But I think Shelton can squeak out a set, and then obviously for the other half of the bet, we need Sinner to win at least one set as well. But hopefully that's not going to be too tough of a challenge. So Ben Shelton and Jannik Sinner both win a set at plus 115 at Caesars. Let's switch sports. Let's go over to the NHL. My Maple Leafs will host the Buffalo Sabres tonight. I'm going to take the over 6.5 at minus 110 at Caesars between these two teams. The odds are basically the same at every sports book. It's 6.5 with the over at minus 110. Both teams in the bottom half of the NHL and expected goals against and high danger scoring chances allowed, but they are 6th and 7th in shooting percentage. In fact, over the past 10 games, the Buffalo Sabres have a shooting percentage of 18.26%. That's unbelievable. Obviously, shooting percentages can kind of go up and down. A lot of variance in shooting, but it is worth noting. This team has really found a way to put the puck in the back of the net lately. And just overall, I think these are two teams that largely play some sloppy defensive play, but know how to score offensively. So I'm going to sit back and root for goals tonight between the Sabres and the Maple Leafs over 6.5 minus 110. $20 on that. And then let's wrap things up with $20 on Alabama minus 10.5, minus 110 against Missouri. 40% of Alabama's points come from 3-point shots. So the number one thing to look for anytime you want to bet on a game involving Alabama is how well their opponent does in defending the three ball. Spoiler alert, Missouri does not defend the three ball very well. 289th in college basketball in opponent 3-point field goal percentage. And to make matters worse, when they play on the road, they let their opponents shoot 40.1% from beyond the arc. If they let Alabama shoot 40% from three tonight, it's going to be a blowout in favor of the Crimson Tide. And if you want to look at some more advanced metrics, these two teams rank 13th and 194th in effective possession ratio. So I think all signs point to Alabama winning and covering on their home court tonight against Missouri. $20 on that bet. Those are my 4 plays for tonight's sports betting action. Best of luck to all your bets. Gamble or bless. I'll see you back here tomorrow.